Hello all and welcome back to Coolest Gamers Let's Play of Assassin's Creed Origins, Part 19. Actually filmed this footage yesterday, so I'm going to have to get my bearings insofar as what exactly I did. I probably should have watched the clip ahead of time, but you know what, fuck it, I'm already rolling. Not on ecstasy. The footage is rolling. Yeah, calm down, guys. I wouldn't be that excited. Not yet. Gotta grow into that kind of stuff. So, we are going to do End of the Snake, also known as the tail, or the head, depends on your perspective. It's an important debate. And this video is going to be long as fuck, because I think this is the video where I scout out the palace and do way too much work marking all the guards, because I expected I would have to kill somebody. Well, as it turned out, I did not have to do that. So enjoy this powerful footage, this powerful sinew action. So I was actually watching the H3 podcast today of Jordan Peterson. Quite an interesting fellow. Wanted to see what all of you might think about his beliefs. So, Jordan Peterson is a rather internet-famous lecturer who teaches at the University of Toronto in the excellent nation of Canada, who is something of a right-leaning libertarian. And you guys might recall having seen his video where trans activists accosted him at one of his lectures and were basically blown the fuck out by his very concise explanations about how ridiculous they were being, because, you know, they were buying into typical culture of outrage shit. I'm really endeavoring to say us a lot less. Anyways, in the podcast, he brought up a 100 question personality test that he sells on his website, and which I got a discount on because I ended up taking it, based on the Big 5 personality traits. And it was quite interesting, actually. Goes over things like extroversion, agreeableness, neuroticism, intellect, openness, things of that nature. And what I found out from the quiz for myself was that I'm a very creative person, but I'm not a very good people person, like, at all. And I'm very neurotic. And that made sense to me. It was actually one of the most accurate personality tests I've ever taken. And a second thing that he sponsored on the podcast was his self-authoring suite, which is a way that you can reflect on your past life events, focus on present self-improvement, and fix yourself for future goals. And I ended up purchasing that as well, because I am just, you know, I'm 25 years old, and I feel like I'm 19. I don't know if any of you guys feel like that. And yeah, I'm going to try to better myself, and hopefully, you know, maybe I can focus on this YouTube thing as a part of it, and make something of myself. I don't know. So what do you guys think? If anyone's watching this video, what do you think? What have been the ways in which you have dealt with your problems and worked on self-improvement? Or if you're perfect, what did you do to become perfect? I'm interested to know. Because one of the things that I'm very absorbed by are issues of depression and anxiety. Something that I deal with myself on a personal basis. And it always fascinates me to hear people's stories and what they've gone through and what they've done to help themselves. So, feel free to discuss that with me. And eventually I'll get this place marked. I was trying to find the brazier in this palace, the royal palace of Alexandria. And I essentially concluded that there was none. There is no brazier here, so I don't know how the hell they would raise the alarm. Maybe it's not something that's accessible. It's not a sabotageable brazier. But yeah. So anyways, pretty soon, guys, we will be going into the palace and killing a lot of Greeks and Romans and Egyptians. This is actually the location that I talked about in an earlier vid that has this weird medley of architectural styles. It's really beautiful. You get to see it up close here fairly soon, I think. As soon as I decide to stop searching. Man, I was really convinced there had to be a brazier. There was like a guard barracks coming up on this side, and I was certain that it was there. Or maybe this isn't it. Is this the guard barracks? Oh yeah, that's the guard barracks there, I believe. Or not. Just past it. There it is. That's the building I have to infiltrate. I just passed there. Very meticulous about my marking. I hate it when I see a guard that I didn't mark, because there's a good chance I would not have seen him. I get very OCD about tasks like these. So something that Jordan Peterson was saying that I find quite interesting is that when we work on a goal, our brain actually gives us a little bit of a chemical kick to reward us for work completed towards that goal. That's another thing that really interests me, is a feeling of satisfaction, a feeling of achievement. It's something that I strive for a lot of my life, and something that, based on my personality test, is something that I definitely need to keep in mind, because what my personality test said was that I'm not industrious or conscientious, and I'm not very ambitious, is what it said. Which might be why I'm doing Let's Play videos. Let's just be honest. Might be why I quit my part-time job and lived on grant money for the past few months now. Might be why I'm setting myself on fire. Who knows? Psychological problems evince themselves in the strangest ways, you know? So anyway, I got the corpse poisoning ability here, which I start to use, and I don't think for all the times that I used it in this video, I don't think it ever had an effect once. I ended up kind of methodically taking out patrols on my way in anyway. I could be a little less confrontational. I could be sneaking around these guards, but I believe I get XP for these assassinations, so it is kind of a worthy activity. You know, if this guy was really Big Boss, well, rather if he was really Naked Snake in this context, he would be, you know, he would own a bunch of camos to fit in with all these variegated flowers and whatnot. But the AI in this game is really stupid, so their ability to visually process things is probably not all that great. I'd like to say I was sight tricking these guards, but I'm pretty sure I get sighted here a few times. I'm using the new legendary predator bow that I picked up, the Smoke and Mirrors, which is really nice, as I've already demonstrated. I got this guy though. Done. 821 crit, baby. When I first started making videos, I thought to myself, you know, it'll be really easy to not crib from other YouTubers and, like, meme on their lines and shit, because I have a personality, right? It turns out, I don't know if I have much of a personality, I don't know. I mean, I haven't released other types of footage yet besides Let's Plays. There was a video I released called Bayek Baratheon where I was being mildly racist with an accent. But hey, it's all in good fun. Poisoned both of these guys. Or wait, no, I moved this guy out of the way. This guard here is oblivious. Like, practically retarded. There's a corpse right there. He's just like, yeah, I didn't see it. It's like a lot of the times the efforts that you make end up being pointless anyway because the AI is just hands on head. I don't know if it improves in hard mode, but if it's a typical AAA game, the only thing that improves in hard mode is the health of my enemies and their damage. That's what they think constitutes true difficulty, which I suppose is true to an extent, but I certainly like to feel challenged, and sometimes this game does not provide that. Restocking on my my tools and arrows there. I like to think of myself as an iDubbbz type, you know? He definitely has a personality, but it's mainly just him being a dick, which I'm also really good at. I hope some of that will come forward in my Stranger Things 2 review, because I am going to be scathing where it's needed as far as that show is concerned. I'm gonna rip open some assholes where, you know, some shit has impacted, and in this analogy, the impacted shit is the ass-kissing opinions of the general populace, because that show is praised far too highly. Oh, see? Couldn't mark him. Shit is potentially deadly. Stand up. against the inability of Senu to see through windows. Vote for Prop 420 today. So I get to the back wall of the Royal Scribe's office and make my way up. I wish I had noticed the window frame thingy that was popped out on one side of the building, but I didn't, and I ended up taking a far riskier path. Namely, the front fucking door. But it worked out. The cool thing, and also the bad thing about this game of stealth, is that the enemies don't seem to have much of noise detection. And if you're moving in stealth mode, in the crouched mode, they don't hear shit. I mean, you can move as fast as you possibly can. You can hold forward on the left stick, and they will not hear you come up to them. So, I mean, there have literally been points in this game where I have sprinted up to a guard until I was about, I don't know, 15 meters away or something, and then I crouched, and he didn't even sniff in my direction. Not even a subconscious stirring, you know? Not even a slight little semi-boner, you know? Nothing. And these guys, yeah, I just slip right in. No problem. You know, a good door guard rests his back against the wall. Not only does he get rest, and he gets to take off some of the load from the heavy armor that he's wearing. You know, inconspicuously chill, but then I can't do shit like that. Or at least stand so close to the wall that there's no way I could slip in right behind him, like that. But I suppose it feels more badass when you're kind of standing a little off-center and forward. It looks like the more traditional guard position. You don't figure, I guess, when you're in this position that anyone is just going to slink in right behind you. Like anyone would have the balls to do that, but they didn't know who they were dealing with because they're dealing with Coolest Gamer. And Coolest Gamer figures out an AI, and then he fucking exploits it. Yeah, I'm talking about myself in the third person. What are you gonna do? Want to fight about it? You see, I'm totally unoriginal. I'm a meme machine. Even me saying I'm a meme machine, which is true, is also a meme.
Looks important.
I don't know what I was doing there. I think I was trying to make a new dubstep track. Look, looks important.
A ladder.
A ladder. So yeah, this is a Sherlockian puzzle of the highest order. It's gonna take all of my cognitive abilities here. A ladder means he must have had to get up high to get what he needed. Oh. On top of the shelf? What's this?
Ah, a key.
I mean, I imagine how his meetings would go. You know, someone would come into his office and be like, "Hi, I need that document telling us how to kill all the women and children in the village of Siwa." And he's like, "Oh yes, give me one moment. Let me just get my ladder." Climbs up ladder. Ah, where is that key? Ah, yes, here it is. Yes. Oh shit! And that's how his ladder broke. You know, the Royal Scribe's kind of a fat fuck. Wasn't a very practical decision to hide it there. It was really easy to find.
The Pharaoh remains compliant and is our puppet in all things. Act with caution in Siwa. The murder of the Heron was but the first. 2 from among us here in Alexandria have also been killed. However, the situation is under control. Gennadios is actively questioning the populace. We commend your efforts, Ibis. Long life.
Stamped with the seal of the snake.
The snake is Eudorus, the royal scribe.
So, I really like the plot of this game. Basically, I'm getting embroiled in this big political intrigue all because I want vengeance. It's graceful and it's kind of like almost like noir or something. It's neat. I like it. The story so far is actually kind of getting my attention.
I
Anyway,
said
that's the end of this
hero's
video,
right.
guys. I'll see you next time,
Often at the bathhouse.
and we'll redo some
I will
shit.
kill that naked ear that you Doros there.
Take care.